Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today I'm at the Blue Ridge Parkway, about to operate at one of my favorite little sites here when I'm in town. And that's exactly what happened today. I was in town. I had an early morning doctor's appointment for my annual physical. And as a reward for myself, like literally 3 minutes before I walked out the door, I thought, let me do a park activation. I looked at the weather. We have a lot of rain moving in. You can't tell here right now maybe from this, but I'm surrounded by really dark clouds with some breaks in them. And I know at any moment it could start raining. I may have to pack up. But I'm hopeful that at least for the next 30, 40 minutes, it'll be dry here. And it's kind of a noisy morning. This is at the Folk Art Center, and they're doing re-roofing on the Folk Art Center, so you can hear a lot of noise out there. Otherwise, it would be pretty quiet. This is one of the more urban areas where I do activations regularly. I've set up the Cheligun's MC750. I had planned to make a video of doing this. I've shown several videos of setting this one up in the past, but I thought about doing it today, and I just completely forgot. I started setting it up. I connected the RG174 line, which is running here. I did all that, and then I realized, oh, I didn't turn on the camera. All I did is I put on the 7 megahertz coil, the 40 meter coil, and I extended the antenna to the 7 megahertz setting here on the whip. And people have asked me about this whip and the quality of it. The quality of it's excellent. It's excellent. I think it's really on the same par that the whip is as what you would get with like a Chameleon impasse system. It's really nice. And so I've just got the counterpoises deployed, and I don't have an antenna tuner today. I am using a little radio, and I went ahead and set up the radio since I had the antenna set up. I have the TEN-TEC model 4020. This is a radio I think I bought for, I can't remember now. I probably said in a previous video, like maybe it was either $100 or $120. So very inexpensive little radio that TEN-TEC used to brand. I think it's actually a UKITS radio. And I was very pleased last time I used it, and I haven't used it in the field since, so I decided to use it today. So we don't have an ATU engaged. I'm just doing this off of it being resonant. And based on the power output on here, it looks like it's doing fine. Actually, what I did after I checked the power output and it looked good, out of an abundance of caution, I did bring my Elecraft KX2 with me. I don't have any other way to test the SWR. This was very last minute. I threw all this in the bag. In fact, I was hoping I had all the piece parts for this radio, like the power cable and stuff. Threw all of it in the bag before I left the house as I was heading out to the doctor's office. And fortunately, I had everything. And I thought to bring speakers. These speakers are the same, and they're self-powered in that there's a battery inside of them. It's possible, because I have no idea what the charge level's like on this. It could die on me, and I may have to switch out speakers in the middle of the activation for all I know. I grabbed these off of my desk before I left. But I did use the KX2 and put the ATU in bypass mode and checked it, and I had like a 1.6 to 1, which is totally acceptable. It's perfectly fine. I could have tweaked it and got a 1.1 to 1, I'm sure, but I didn't even want to bother. I don't have that much time to do this activation today. So I went ahead and scheduled my activation on the POTA website. And in fact, let me get my phone up here. I have a Hammers app session running already. And so I'll try my best to log on the side and log here on paper. At first, I wasn't going to come to the Parkway, to the Folk Art Center to do this activation. I thought about doing it actually just on a trail or something here, something even a little closer to where I was traveling. But I realized if I wanted to do a video of it, and I did want to do a video of it because I haven't used the R4020 in the field for a few months. And I know people have asked about this radio, which is it's a cool little radio, I have to say. I think it's a great radio. And, I was going to I'll just use this bag to kind of prop it up so you can kind of see it here. As I'm operating, maybe you'll be able to see the display. There's nothing really to see on there. It's kind of really reflective today. But I'm on 7061 megahertz. All right, I should say 7.061 megahertz, 7061 kilohertz. And we'll try to do a little bit of 40 meters. I haven't done 40 meters in a while either, and we'll see how this works out. So let me turn up the volume. I am hearing a little whine of some kind of noise that may be coming off of my phone. You'll probably hear phone noises on here too, I'm not sure. But I am hearing a little something on here. You may hear that as well. Let me see here. I'm wondering if I'm getting a little bit of RF feedback that's affecting my keying. Let's try this out. Yeah, I'm getting like an extra dit or so. That was a little bit better. You know what? Let me try a different key though. Since I have it here, let's see if the pressure paddles work a little bit better. See, these CNC machine paddles are conductive. Yeah, you can hear all this noise coming through. This is a shielded audio cable too. I wouldn't have expected all the noise from my phone to come through. Okay, we got the disco. Okay, I may have some extra dits in there, but we'll go ahead and try to go for this. This could just be that I need to use a, oh, you know, do I have one here with me? A common mode choke. I may have a common mode choke. We'll see if that helps. I do. I have a little Tufton common mode choke. Let's put that in line and see if that helps a little bit. Maybe it does. There we go. Okay, let's see. Still acting a little weird, a little squirrely. Maybe this radio is a little sensitive. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can see my own logs here. I'm getting a little squirrely action out of this for some reason. Maybe if we move up to 20 in a little bit, it won't do that. Trying to hop off the key quickly. Let me check the spots here and see if I'm listed in the spots at all. Maybe it's not picking me up through the RBN. Let me check here. Let's go to the POTA website. Yeah, I'm spotted. Okay, can I get that in there? RCP. I'm gonna have to turn off my phones. It's getting hard to write here. WJ5K. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go, Joshua. I wonder if he's using his new KX3. Okay. Sorry, I missed that. Nice to get all these Georgia stations. Okay, I'm hearing AB. $529. Another Georgia. That's great. Good to get you in here, Kyle. $559. Missouri. Oh, he came up. Okay. Okay. I'm not hearing anything there. They may have just faded away. Okay, let's just go and start calling CQ one more time because I'm not hearing a thing now. Oh no, I'm hearing something else in the background off frequency because I've got this is on a pretty wide filter setting, so you know what? I am going to try to hop online real quick and tell my buddies Eric and Mike I'm on here because 40 meters I can usually work them and they may want to work me just for fun. So let's see. I wish I had right now 70, 61, K-3378. Let's see. So I'll send that to them so they have it and get back over here. I may go for another 5 minutes, a little bit more. I'm not going to switch to 20 meters at this point. I need to see if there's some way I can not. I think I got that right. Strong signal. So what I'm waiting on is my buddy WD8RIF and K8RAT, those two. Oh, I got him. Can you hear me? Try one more time, Joe. Oh man, I must not be loud enough for you to hear me. We'll come back to you if I hear you again. Frankly, I'm surprised. Is that right? Okay, wait. Okay. Sorry, I'm just missing something. Okay, there we go. I'm getting more NC calls than I ever get. Okay. Okay. Okay, I missed his call there. I'm going to have him go back and do that again. Okay, it's a J instead of an O. Okay, well, there we got him. Okay, we'll get again. And just do the, I'm going to do the exchange again, but he may be done. There we go. Thanks for repeating that for me. Okay, I'm gonna call QRT. I'm calling QRT because I'm getting hungry. I haven't really had breakfast yet. I had to get like some blood taken this morning, so I kind of fasted my way through. So I did have some coffee though. Yeah, so this was actually great. Let's see if I can pull up turn back on my phone and look at my contacts. So I had a total of 28 contacts on 40 meters. Ooh. Okay, so Mike was just telling me, K8RAT was just telling me that the that 40 meters is actually doing very, very poorly right now because there's a lot of flaring, and 40 meters is in the dumps. But I'm very pleased with these results. And I have to say, probably if it wasn't in the dumps, I would have heard more of a pile up. It just, lately at POTA parks, when I start doing activations, and I think a lot of people are experiencing this right now, there are a lot of pileups because there are a lot more CW operators and hunters in the POTA network than there used to be. And this one was pretty steady. I mean, it was very steady. I was working almost 1 per minute. I can see here it was a little slower, but man, this was fantastic. This was a great little activation, actually. I really enjoyed this. And the cool thing about it is this antenna, the MC750 over there, what's really nice about it is it's giving me a lot of contacts that on 40 meters I don't think I would have gotten as easily. This is almost like NVIS, which is NVIS, Near Vertical Incident Skywave, that I've written there. That is a type of antenna that you deploy that's usually low to the ground. It's usually like an infed or a dipole or something, a sloper that's a little lower to the ground, and it gives you a radiation pattern that helps you within your kind of region as opposed to going outside your region. So for example, if I deployed an NVIS antenna, I would get a lot of Tennessee, Georgia, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina stations. And I actually got a lot of those. I was very shocked, and Joe, if you're seeing this now, I was very shocked to have heard your call at all today on 40 meters at this time of day with the way the band has been, because the band was actually fairly short. The furthest I got was Mississippi. And everybody else tended to be like between Ohio, Maryland, and I didn't even get a Florida station this time. Georgia. Yeah. A lot of Tennessee stations, Georgia stations, North Carolina stations. It's very rare that I get North Carolina stations. So I'm very pleased with this, actually. It turned out very well despite the conditions. I'm having a difficult time writing on this. The one issue with these Moleskin, I love these little booklets for doing my logs, and I recommend them, and I'll continue to use them. But when you get to the very last couple of pages, you start to bump up against this little partition they put in here. I could rip that out and it wouldn't be a problem, but I leave it in. But I find that it's always right there where my call sign is, and I have a hard time getting my calls to make it across that little line there. So my 4s and 9s and things look weird. But I've been logging on the side, so I have all of my contacts. I love using this TEN-TEC radio. I don't know why I have such an affinity for it. You know, they don't make these anymore. This is really a UKITS radio, and I think a lot of you have it. When I posted a video before with this radio, a lot of you had some really good comments about it. It's just so dang simple. There is a CQ button here, but it only sends CQ 3 times with your call sign 3 times or something like that. You can't program it to say CQ POTA or anything like that. It only has 2 bands, 40 and 20. They did make a 3-band version of this at some point. It does have RIT, which is pretty impressive. And you can change the mode, I think, to single sideband. You can't transmit in that, but you can listen and receive in that. It has an attenuator if you need it. And yeah, it's pretty simple. There are a few other features, but really it's a very, very, very simple radio. I think the audio sounds pretty good. Now, the CW side tone, I need to look and see if there's a way that I can lower that. It goes along like it's kind of tied to the AF gain, which happens a lot with a lot of the less expensive CW radios. So the CW side tone is kind of the higher you make the AF gain, the higher side tone is. The big negative of doing that is, like today I was trying to work a few weak signals, and you'll see me riding this AF gain when I do that. Because if I leave the AF gain up when I'm listening to them and I start keying, then the keying is going to be super loud. And that kind of, in my opinion, that kind of harms your weak signal listening skills when you do that. So I actually kind of ride it. So I'll move it down when I'm transmitting, and then I'll turn it back up when I'm listening, and that's kind of a pain to ride that. I'd like to turn the side tone down just a little bit. I feel like it's a little strong for the stations I'm working, and there may be an internal adjustment. I'm going to look and see. But I love this thing. It's actually a great radio, and I paid, like I said, $120 for this radio. It works great. You can find these on the market, and they're very inexpensive. And so if you're looking for a dedicated field radio and you do CW, look for one of these or one of the UKITS models or something. There are deals to be found on these, and they work brilliantly. 40 meters and 20 meters, you can do all the Park and Summit activations you want to do off of that. These days, 20 meters has been more productive for me, and I've been doing more 20 meter activations, but having 40 is really nice for nighttime. So this is actually a pretty capable little radio. I like it. Okay, I better start lamenting about the radio. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to pack all this up. It is feeling and smelling like it's going to rain. So I'm seeing some breaks in cloud, which is nice. I don't think I'm going to get wet today, but I bet you within the next hour or so we're going to get some rain. And it's supposed to rain for the next few days, so I'm glad I was able to fit in this activation. It was very much a last-minute thing. A lot of you have been asking me if I could put out an announcement when I do activations. And if you're new here, that's a really good question. If you've been around for a while, you know my answer already. My life, my family activities and stuff are just I'm a very busy guy. And so my activations tend to be short, and they tend to be just on the spur of the moment. This was very much a spur of the moment thing. I had not planned at all this morning to do an activation, but like 3 minutes before I left the house, I thought, oh, maybe I could fit in an activation after my doctor's appointment. And I looked at the weather map. I could see the rain was moving in. I thought maybe this will be my last chance to do it for a while. So I grabbed this because I wanted to get a different radio and a different antenna. So I grabbed this radio, threw it in my bag, brought a few extras, and I literally packed for this in like 2 or 3 minutes, if that. Went to my doctor's appointment and did this activation. Took a little longer than I was planning on, to be honest. I wasn't planning to be on here more than like 20, 25 minutes, but it was just it's so nice, and the rain's holding off, so why not? I do have a lot of other things to do today, though, but I'd rather be POTAing if I could. So yeah, don't ever, if you see one of these and you're a CW operator, go ahead and grab one, because it's a fun little radio and very inexpensive. I could build, and I need to do this. Actually, I need to build a kit around this that's super affordable. I'm putting it right now in the Spec Ops brand order pouch, which fits it very nicely with some of the stuff. I could put a whole kit in here if I really wanted to, with like maybe a 40 meter in-fed half wave, which then would give me both of the bands that this operates with, and maybe a 10-foot piece of RG316 coax. And I bet you I could build a kit around this for less than $200 pretty easily. And I need a battery, but it could take a pretty modest battery for that. So let's make a nice little dedicated field kit. Again, thank you so much for joining me today and listen to me ramble on. I hope you have a great week. And oh, I should say, I've gotten so many good comments from people who've got the MC750. I wasn't at all familiar with this antenna until I started using it last year, and I've got to say, it is really a wonderful antenna. And it's nice because it's such an easy antenna to grab when I'm uncertain what if I'll have an antenna tuner with me or something. It's nice that I've got the option of making this resonant, which I really love. The antenna is super easy to deploy and take apart, and the bag is really nice. I'm trying to do this one-handed right now, actually. And yeah, so the MC750, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. The quality is very nice. I've gotten a lot of questions about this. This is made in China, and I think a lot of people worry about quality. Well, the fellow who runs this, Jesse, he's a ham, and an active ham, and this is, he built this up to his spec. And this is a really nice stainless steel whip. All the components here are very well made. Very pleased with it. People also ask me if you can remove the spike, and yes, you can if you want to, so that you could hammer the spike in separately or something, or mount it differently if you want to do that. But yeah, it's a great antenna. Okay, I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you get a chance to go out and play a little radio yourself. As I always say, if you know someone who could use a hand in amateur radio, maybe someone who's new to the hobby, someone who needs a little encouragement, go out there and do that. We all need to be good ambassadors for the hobby, and maybe help them set up their antenna at their house, or take them on a POTA or SOTA activation with you. Just go out there and be a good ham radio ambassador. Also, as I always say, all we got on this planet is each other, so let's all be kind to one another. And until next time, take care, and 7 3s.